Hmm. The hell? What's that other sound I'm hearing? Ah, it's just a crossbow bolt in there. Or an arrow. Whoop, whoop. Pouchy. Red and white round shield. So yeah. As far as I could tell, no treasure, that was bait. You jumping. Yeah, I'm not jumping down. Here, let me check something. Catacombs. Dark Souls. Treasure. They recommended to do here as soon as possible, such as say before Anorlando, because it's less threatening when you have more than 10 flasks. And actually their recommended level for it, ooh, they don't have, they just say Annie. Oh, Jesus. Just go here with a divine weapon. Apparently there is a way to skip a whole part of the catacombs. There's a shortcut I missed. It's a great sight. Should have gotten that before the second bonfire. Ooh, actually, I need to go back to the spiral staircase. And the treasure room. There is a platform down. So I have two things I need to go do. I can worry about the other thing later. The site later. So, spiral staircase, and then treasure here. I'll go for the spiral staircase first. Because I'm one-handing it. They took a few more hits. Well, we saw the ways down, so... I'm gonna actually need this helmet for... a certain bit in a mo. There's a secondary. Nice. Nice. There's an optional area of this called the Tomb of Giants, and that let me bring up that guide again. Tomb of Giants. Sucks all the light. You as a character generate light by default. Tomb of Giant negates that. So you need an external light source, such as this. I'll also need this to unlock the secrets in Ulse. Okay, they just say fall forward. Wasn't forward enough. I'll do a roll. Nice. Yeah, the other ones. It's like it's a hint of where to go, but it's kind of in the way. Titanite shard. Here. Not too great without the other one. You go there, femur. Or foot.
Be gone with you. You spoil my focus.
Not the voice I was expecting, and it's very staticky. The mic that they record on it. Record them on.
Is that an ember from New Londo? And a fine ember it be. What do you say? Why not leave it with me? I'll give you a flame to feast your eyes upon. Yes, very well. We'll get these old bones to work. I'm here to smith, not to chit-chat. to offer, it's my smithing, and nothing more. I'd be of more help with that ember from New London, of course. It's a shame the whole place was flooded. I've told you, if I'm speaking honestly, I must say that I'm at my very limit. There's no more work to be done. Unless I have a flame of that legendary witch. But that would require a visit to Lost Islip. Impossible. I've told you, if I have anything to speaking honestly, but that would... What was that about? Don't be coming around here without a good reason.
Yeah, it's a very weird staticky effect. I'm not a fan of it.
Why, that's an ember unlike any that I have seen. A very curious pattern. Could it be the flame of the legendary witch? I know. Suppose you left that ember with me. Old Thanos would never let you down. No, not ever. Yes, splendid. Splendid indeed. My, oh my, you precious little thing.
Like, the voice is fine, but there's a weird static resonance to it that I'm not a fan of. Just 800? I think you might sell them cheaper.
I've told you, if I have any speaking, but that...
He keeps complaining about that. Fire. Yeah, I have nothing to get from you.
What was that about? Don't you come...
Yeah. I have none to veil from him. I'm not too sure about making elemental weapons. Removes any stat bonuses from them. Well, it typically does anyway. So I'm not sure about going that route with any of my weapon builds. And plus, the Black Knight's sword has served me quite well. So there is no real need for me to change out from it just yet. I might do so at some stage, but yeah, and it probably won't be for any of them. The only weapons I'm thinking of making are like boss weapons. Like, I'm thinking of turning the Uchikatana into a weapon from Quilig's soul. Sif's soul, when I get it, I'm turning it into Artorias' shield. Artorias' soul, I'm turning into corrupted greatsword. This kind of thing. One, 2, 3. Alright. I'm gonna call it quits now in a mo. Oh! Pinwheels! They're weaker than the average Skelly. They traded strength for speed. They could have, if they had any paint, they would be red. weakness. Oh god, I'm already at the boss of the area. Alright, let's give this a try, so. I know the war of this guy. Pinwheel. Okay, that's actually your name. I'll stick with the holy weapon. I've only 5 flasks. Keep in mind, I do out-level this area quite greatly. Really? Why the kindling? I thought I had to kill Nito for it. Jesus. Massacred a child. I think, remember the NPC with the Artorias gear? I think they sold the rest. I think they sold the other bits. One of the 3 masks of the Pinwheel. The necromancer who stole the power of the Grave Lord and reigns over the catacombs. This mask, belonging to the naive child, slightly raises stamina recovery. Speed. There's a mask of the child, the mother, and the father. The lore of it is that Pinwheel was the father, and in their desperate desire to be reunited with their family on this plane, they stole the power of the Grave Lord somehow, and succeeded in bringing their family back. But the spell went awry, and they were fused together. There's concept art of under that robe is a guy, and on his back he's holding both family members, fused into one body or something. I can't remember. It's been far too long since I saw those videos by Pinwheel Dark Souls War. Dave Control. I've never heard of them before. Prepare to Cry. Vaati Vidya. Vatai Vidya? Vatai Vidya? I've never heard him say his name, but it's a 3-minute, 5-second video. Go have a look. Extra Life should have a thing here. I think I've heard issues with one of the Extra Life things of people just posting their own like headcanons as fact. But I'm not sure which. As far as I can tell, it's just a wiki site, so I'm not sure which wiki is tainted like that. There's a Paladin Leroy I could have summoned. There's a cleric set here. Paladin Leroy can in fact kill Pinwheel within 3 hits. With 3 hits. There's also actually a group of Pinwheels later on. They've under half the health, and most of the same attacks, but can't summon clones. One-on-one, they're apparently easy, but you have to fight them alongside skeleton babies. But it does give you a chance of getting the rest of the masks. But yeah, as far as it's apparently the easiest boss in the entire game, and Yeah, I would agree, though I'm very overleveled, so I can't really say on. But yeah, as far as I know, I was also hoping they would have the concept art, but no, they don't. Maybe the normal fandom one will. They have concept art, but it's a front-on one. I thought there was a side one. Whatever. Have a look at that video by the other guy, Prepare to Cry, or Pinwheel or Viate Vidya. Have a look at his stuff. He'll explain it. But yeah, I think grieving father trying to bring back his wife and child, but they end up fused together. That's why he's studying. He's hoping to find a way to free them from, like, make them separate people again. Rather than sharing the same body. Mask of the Father. The mask belonging to the Valiant Father slightly raises equipment load. Yeah, Patches sells it for 8k if you let him live to become a vendor. It's also a rare drop from the Pinwheel servants. Up ahead. The mask belongs to the kindly mother. Apparently it boosts it by 10%. There's ads. I garbled the last one. Hopefully future me remembers not to use it. Yeah, they keep playing ads here for some, I'm presuming, Chinese comic. Manhwa? Manwu? I'm not sure. There's manga. And then there's WHA. And then I think there's one with a U. And one's Korean, one's Japanese. One's Korean, one's Chinese. Manga is Japanese. All three start with man. But yeah, they keep sharing ads for this one Chinese thing. Presumably Chinese. Could be Korean. Seems to be about a guy probably shagging some older woman. Seems like that kind of lewd comic. I don't know. But yeah, they keep sharing just ads for that. It's either that or the Google store. It's like, huh. Just flickers between the two of them and it's just kind of weird. So yeah, Mask of the Mother increases HP by 10%, and it does stack and compounds with the Tiny Being's Ring and Ring of Favor and Protection. So you can get a fair chunk of extra life with that. There's also Mask of Mother I already looked at. Mask of the Father, what was that at? Oh. Okay, weird game. This increases Mask of the Father increases maximum equipment burden by 5%, down from 15 pre-patch 1.06. But like the Mask of the Mother, negligible defense and can't be upgraded. But it does stack with Havel's Ring plus 50% and the Ring of Favor and Protection plus 20%. And they stack multiplicatively rather than additionally. So it's very potent armor combinations. It's often employed as a build strategy for characters with high endurance, as they can obtain heavy defenses and immense poise while retaining speed and mobility. And the child boosts has poor defenses and resistances, can't be upgraded, but it's light and gives a 10% boost to stamina recovery. Used to be 50%, and it does work with Quadrati Ring, Power Within, Green Blossoms, and the Grass Crest Shield. The Quadrati Ring, which is in the next two games, is an ancient ring engraved with a large green flower of unknown origins. This ancient ring, engraved with a large green flower, is of unknown origin, hastens the regeneration of stamina. You can get it in the Great Hollow. It's inside a tree. From the bonfire, step on the first branch and drop down into the tree in the middle. Be careful when dropping down. There's a hole that will instantly kill the player should they fall away from the branch and into it. 20 point. Increased stamina regen by 20 per second. New. You. So yeah, easiest boss in the game. They recommend coming here once you get a holy weapon, which shouldn't be too hard to pull off, really. If you start off with the master key, you can run down to the flooded place, and then into the Drake's place. And from there, you should easily enough be able to get this sword. So, from pretty early on, you can actually come down here. Though I would say it's probably not advised to do so till you've maybe gotten this set of armor. Done a bit of Undead Berg. You know, maybe after the gargoyles. The gargoyles are pretty burly, so if you can take them down, then you should be able to handle this. No. That's my guess, anyway. You may be able to handle it earlier, even without an enchanted sword, but well, not everyone's got your mad skills. Without a blessed sword. But not everyone can pull that off. I doubt I could have. But, also thinking about you might need the blessed sword for that guy there. I might have just been able to just demolish him with the other thing. But he's dead now, that's what matters. Apparently there's a shortcut over here. This game is centered all around unlocking shortcuts and the like. The next game isn't done by the same guy. It's done by someone else and is, from what I've been hearing, the most disliked one in the series. So that'll send me back. But yeah, it's the most disliked one in the series. From what I've been seeing. But, Dark Souls 3 is done by Miyazaki. That's the guy behind these games, right? It's been a long time since I've heard anyone say his name, so now I'm starting to... now I'm getting paranoid. I'm thinking of another Japanese director, or Japanese creator, because... I don't have a good frame of reference for these names. For these people, so... I don't remember who's who. Like, I know Kojima, I've got a good frame of reference for him. I've seen him enough, I've enough, you know, I've played his games, I've seen him, I've seen people talking about him. I've enough of a frame of reference, but I've seen a bit of an interview with the guy, and I've never seen a picture of him. I know there's a lot less there for me to draw on, to put an image to it. Yeah, Miyazaki. I think there's just another creator with the same name, and I was getting paranoid. I was getting paranoid. I was like, they both had M's names, and I was getting paranoid that I was confusing the two or something. But no, it's I'm not gonna even try to say his first name. It looks like Hyde Taka. But obviously they wouldn't emphasize it like that. But yeah, Miyazaki. remember hearing this story about how Demon Souls came to be. Miyazaki, it's been a long time since I read this interview, so I can't remember if it's true. He originally worked, he's company president. Jesus. He originally worked in one career, and he apparently dramatically changed. He decided, fuck it, I'm gonna join the gaming industry. And he, according to this, he joined as a game designer for Armored Core. But then he heard about a project that was kind of fumbling along at the company. I guess it was lacking for direction or something. It wasn't doing well. So he opted to join that team, and he turned that into Demon Souls. That's what I vaguely remember. Let's see what Wikipedia says. Yeah, he was actually an account manager for the US-based Oracle Corporation. Upon a friend's recommendation, he began playing Ico in 2001. And was like, fuck it. Calls him to consider a career change to game designer. I was going to say, fuck it, I'm going to make games. That's the only way I can articulate that whiplash. Because he graduated from one university with a degree in social science and became an accountant. Or account manager. Or account managing. Sorry, went to work doing account managing for Oracle. But yeah, he began playing Ico on a friend's recommendation. Actually, let me start that again. After graduating from Kyoto University with a degree in social science, Miyazaki went to work doing account managing for the US-based Oracle Corporation. Upon a friend's recommendation, Miyazaki began playing the 2001 video game Ico, causing him to consider career change to a game designer. I was skim reading it, so I said he played in 2001 rather than the games from 2001. At 29, however, Miyazaki found that few game companies would employ him, one of the few being From Software, where he began as game planner for Armored Core Last Raven in 2004, joining the game's development halfway through. He later directed Armored Core 4 and its direct sequel, Armored Core For Answer. Upon learning about what later became Demon Souls, he became excited at the prospect of a fancy action role-playing game and offered help. The project up until Miyazaki was assigned to it was considered a failure by the company, with Miyazaki stating, "I figured if I could find a way to take control of the game, I could turn it into anything I wanted. Best of all, if my ideas failed, nobody would care. It was already a failure." Yeah, that was actually what I remember of it. What I remember is right. Now that I think about it, I remember reading that before. That it was just it was already considered a failure, but so it wouldn't be a big knock to him if it didn't work out. And it did. Well, in the grand scheme anyway. It was apparently negatively received in 2009 at the Tokyo Games Show, and so far under expectations, began to pick up after a few months and soon found publishers willing to release the title outside of Japan. After the release and success of the game's spiritual successor, Dark Souls in 2011, he was promoted to the position of company president in May 2014. Japan was unprecedented for a company to career change and become company president within 10 years. I remember hearing people saying about Japan being very rigid as a society. Maybe that's an example of it. I think I remember someone else saying that it's not typical for people to change professions or careers in Japan either. So this guy is kind of a radical in this. Going back here, this is something else I remember from the interview I read, that he grew up tremendously poor, in quotations, stating that he had no life ambitions as a kid. Despite that, he was an avid reader, but his parents couldn't afford to buy him books or manga. He had to borrow from the local library. The books he read at the time were sometimes beyond his capabilities, with parts he couldn't fully understand. In fact, I remember reading that he sometimes would even get English books, and sometimes you could barely understand them. A few words, maybe, that'll be it. So he would try and piece them together from what he understood. Even if I'm wrong, uh, and it was only Japanese books he had. It was still, whatever he was reading was still beyond his ability, and he would use his, to continue reading the thing here, use his imagination to fill in the blanks by using the accompanying illustrations. And he used this for some of his later ideas on game design. You know, here in the Soulsborne games, you find an item, it has a bit of flavor text. Here's another item, it has another flavor text, it's connected, it helps build a picture. It's that kind of thing. You're piecing together a picture from fragments here and there, kind of like he had to. Alongside this, he was restricted from playing video games by his parents until he was old enough to attend university, so instead played game books and tabletop games like Steve Jackson's Sorcery and Dungeons and Dragons. Never heard of Steve Jackson or Sorcery. It's a single-player, 4-part adventure game book series. Yeah, I never had a game book, I don't think. Actually, no, I think I might have had a look at one, but never really thought too much about it. I was not that large of a thing either. It was just it's very hazy. Maybe it was just a fucking quiz I was looking at. After releasing Dark Souls 3, he stated his intentions to personally stop development on the Souls series. His next two projects was a virtual reality game and the Shakiro Shadows Die Twice. He got an award, and he's also directing the Elden Ring game in collaboration with George R. R. Martin. But the multiplayer mechanics of the Souls series were inspired by his personal experience driving up a snowy road as cars began slipping back and were pushed uphill by other people in the area. As Miyazaki was unable to give his appreciation to them for leaving the area, I wondered whether the last person in the line had made it to the destination, thinking he would probably never meet them again. This gave birth to a series of interconnected multiplayer systems, with attempting to emulate that same sense of silent collaboration in face of adversity. That's insane. The degrees from where people can draw inspiration. I think reading about him has actually kind of given me more encouragement to try with my own shit. I'm trying to write my own stories, and I'm nervous about it because I'm terrified of fucking it up. I'm not great with not doing well or failing. Knew too many adults growing up. Like, their immediate instinct was to tard rage at me for the slightest thing. So, it's kind of left its mark on me. And especially the more I think about it. And sadly, my mind fixates on it. So... Apparently, he was also inspired by designs of real-world architecture, using them as part of environmental storytelling. Orlando was modelled after the Milan Cathedral in Italy, as well as the Château de Chambord in France. And yeah, I really see it. Like, to a degree, I would say he almost just copied and pasted it over. But that cathedral does look awesome. It has so many people on it. And the staircase does look pretty cool. Though I do wonder if it has the other spiral within it. That would really sell it. They should rebuild it to as a tie-in with Dark Souls. Yeah. Need light. for? Tomb of the Giants. Oh, Tomb of the Giants ain't optional? Switch. What it was. What the fuck was I thinking of? Yeah, it just fell. Wait. Where the fuck am I looking down to? Yeah, that's Isolate. That's Ceaseless Eruption's place. It hasn't updated to account for me defeating him. Because I guess they presumed I wouldn't have defeated him by the time I came here. Yeah, that's Ceaseless Eruption's place. See the way the land curls around there, it's the same as there. You can't get a good look. Can't get close enough to see around the gap. But yeah, that's it. You can see the ridge along there leading around to the platform that I fought him on. And the lava field. And then that design over there, that's Isolate. I did not know you could see that through here. I guess the person saying try jumping wasn't screwing with you. Not sure what that one said. Oh! Nighty-night. That's annoying. Need to keep this in mind. The auto ladder's set into the wall. They're flush with it. But yeah, just the radical career change. It's just like that. I think in general that's still pretty insane to go from, you know, degree in social science, you do accounts managing, to video game making, and then company president within 10 years. I think all that's pretty insane, you know, even elsewhere, you know? Ico was a fun game. I liked it myself, but Jesus. It seems to have really won him over. Yeah. I'm feeling flustered because those remember I was saying I could only articulate that thinking, just like, fuck it, I'm gonna make video games now, they're awesome. Because it's such a dramatic, you know, course change. It's just... But again, reading about him and, like, his shtick, it's just... I know, it is encouraging me to try, you know... I know, to try a bit more with my right hand. Yeah, you can't see the bridge or any noticeable geography except for that. And yeah, that's definitely Isolate. but with pre-Death of the Boss. That's definitely the start of Demon Runes, pre-Death of the Boss. I can't go back. I'll just have to leave that item there. Hopefully, wasn't the Silver Dragon Ring. Oh. Fuck. Huh. I nearly attacked you.
Good day. You look reasonably sane. What are you doing?
Reasonably.
Are you a cleric or something?
Okay, what's the answer to Patches here? I missed my chance with him earlier. I could have had more of an interaction with him. I shouldn't have spurred the others on. Should have ignored them. If I never talk to them, they don't go anywhere. There's a Patches in, like, all the Soulsborne games. Interesting Roman shield on you. He actually does sell Eyes of Death. He also sells Twin Humanities and Humanity. Very expensive, but he does. Eagle Shield. Also has the Crescent Axe. Patches could possibly reference to Patch to Good Luck from Armored Core for answer. Also developed by From Software, and was one Miyazaki worked on. My own amendment to that. And again, ads from that Chinese, Korean comic. I'm not sure. Haven't looked at enough of them to really get the art styles. There's like conventions and like patterns. Yeah, I'll let him. Not far from there is available bonfire. Yes.
Yes, I guessed as much. What is it in? There's a stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but well, you're the cleric, right? I owe you for all that, praying and whatnot. I'll give you first hit. Well, go on. Have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
I'd have been right shocked to his system. It was like, oh, really? And I just jumped down myself. Didn't even hurt. Skull Antron. They're a rare drop from the non-respawning necromancers, so that is a very useful item here. Say if you came in without this maggot. So I was worried that was going to kill me. Because I did miss the bonfire. What the hell? Why are you attacking me? Alright, none for it. One down. Two down. Huh.
You banished those two hollows, did you?
Oh, they're hollow.
Pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you so very much. Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than
Replenishment.
I am certain that both. Thank you. I am certain.
Okay. He doesn't seem inclined to say anything else. But the replenishment miracle is pretty useful. It's a heal over time. But I'm not really spec'd into miracles. Probably should be, really. Huh. Get down with your bad self. Hope ahead.
Blimey. How did you... You weren't supposed to survive that. No matter. I'll settle this once and for all. You lousy self-righteous cleric.
Wow. He actually attacks me? You realize I'm fine with killing you, right? For humanity. Present acts. Okay. He becomes a merchant, but I guess he didn't play my cards right. I guess I should have said no, that I'm not a cleric. Then he would apologize and give me a twin humanity. I thought he would get cowed either way. Gorgeous view. Sure. Oh yeah, you can see some of the runes there of some of the demon runes. So yeah, that's definitely that area you're gazing into. Didn't know you got a view of it. Ah, friend. I'm gonna leave this here. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed. Till then.